Video on Brent's Hockey Network is going to be about ranking my favorite team to my least favorite team, starting with my least favorite team. My least favorite team is, of course, Penguins. So, my least favorite team in the NHL right now is probably the Pittsburgh Penguins, because they are the team to most likely play the Carolina Hurricanes and beat them the most often. They swept us in the conference final and fudge me. It failed. No, it failed. No restarts, like I said. Next is Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago Blackhawks won 3 Stanley Cups in 6 years. So, hashtag too many Stanley Cups. Yeah, that was too many Stanley Cups. I picked the Anaheim Ducks as my 29th least favorite team, mostly because of Ryan Kesler. He went from the Vancouver Canucks to the Anaheim Ducks and said, we're not going to win a Stanley Cup with the Vancouver Canucks. And as soon as he went to the Anaheim Ducks, he said that I guarantee that Anaheim is going to win a cup this year. He did guarantee that. Yet, they don't. And next on the list, because of last year, mostly, they swept us out of the conference final as well as did the Pittsburgh Penguins, but the Pittsburgh Penguins are in our division, so we're supposed to hate the Pittsburgh Penguins. But Boston Bruins did beat us, and yeah. Next is New York Rangers. Why did I pick the New York Rangers next? Is because this year we get swept by them. We lose against the New York Rangers all the time. All the time we lose to the New York Rangers. And unfortunately, this is how it's gonna go, because New York Rangers beat us pretty hard during the regular season. Next is the Edmonton Oilers. They have Connor McDavid. I prefer to have Connor McDavid in Carolina. What can we say to that? We can't veto that. We can't say I prefer to have this player. They're just too good right now. I know previous years before this one, they were horrible. They were down in the dumps, but this year there's just something about them that is beyond. NHL at this point. Next is the other New York team, the New York Islanders. I know I should be happy, but they are higher than the New York Rangers, right? Because we can beat them. We swept them out of the... They did sweep my least favorite team, but because they are in the same division as us, and because they lose too much sometimes, like right now, for example, they were 3-7-1 in their last 10 going into the playoffs, which I think during this break will help them. Next is Washington. Alex Ovechkin, who was the most selfish player in the league except for this year. This year he was fine. He was fine. Till the last couple of years. The reason that I don't like him is because he's selfish. He's selfish sometimes. He got to the point where he was just too selfish that Washington is this low on the Cowtown. They actually moved up because I liked Edmonton until they got too good this year. And the New York Islanders sucked too bad in 2017-2018. Next is the Kings. I am writing with my left hand, so my writing is messy. And I am leaning over to write. So if I'm covering the board at some point and you want to see, I am sorry. I am sorry of that. That's my bad. LA Kings won 3 Stanley Cups in 6 years. Another reason. Two Stanley Cups in 6 years. Sorry, Pittsburgh. Another reason why I don't like them as much as, say, the other teams is because of that reason. Next is Nashville. I know I live as close as I can to Nashville. As close as I can. I don't know too many good players. I mean, I could sit here and talk about it all night long. How I hate Nashville. Yossi, Ellis, who else? Arvidsson, Forsberg, everyone. Johansson. Next is Montreal. Why did I pick Montreal right here? It's because the past couple years have been bad. Have been not normal. And they need to get back to the glory days. So. Next up is this year's worst team. Detroit. Detroit is probably, like I said, when Friday we are going to react to the draft lottery. a live stream on YouTube on my phone, like I said. And we're gonna do Q&A, and I'm gonna write stuff on the board like normal. Like I normally would do in the Q&A. So I can write it out and then have to say it. Detroit has been the worst team in the NHL, I think, in a long time. They did... It was in a shorter time, but they did struggle to beat the Colorado Avalanche of 16-17. Next is Buffalo. Buffalo almost made it into the playoffs, almost beating Montreal. They have not made it into the playoffs since 11-12. It's been a long time for Buffalo fans to get the playoffs that they wanted, that push. They've got Eichel. Eichel wants to leave now. They got Skinner from Carolina. They've gotten Olsen, who they have to sign this year. They've got Reinhardt. They got a lot of good prospect players. They got Harky, Yokiharu. It's another example of a good player in a bad team. Next is another one that hasn't been in a playoff for 3 years now. I think they take the big step next year and try to get better. Try to sign some free agents. Try to get Lafreniere. They got San Jose pick as well. How they get that in the draft lottery, and will they get 1 and 2? Do they pick up Stützle as well? Kind of things. Next is New Jersey. New Jersey picked up Simmons, traded him up to Buffalo. They picked up... They got Nico Hischier. They picked up PK Subban in the last draft. They failed. They got Jack Hughes in the last draft. They failed to make the playoffs. They disappointed. The preseason, everybody was like, pick them, pick them. They failed. That's why we cannot pick them. Next one is Minnesota. The reason I picked Minnesota there is because since 18-19, they haven't been the best. They haven't been the best team. They did make the playoffs this year slightly. They made it into the play-in round, which I wish Carolina Hurricanes, the spoilers, they might be number 1. Because I've talked about them so much. Next is Vegas. Vegas came into the league in 17-18. Vegas was a dominant force in 17-18, 18-19, and 19-20. So let's stop being so dominating. Then maybe be higher on the list. You won the Stanley Cup this year. Congratulations. St. Louis is next on the list at number 14. They are ranked number 14. because I prefer them not to get another one, but they are still high up there. Next is Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Flyers, to be exact. They are in a bye, of course, as you all know. They are in a bye week this week, or bye week probably July 30th through a certain point in time. We don't know yet. Winnipeg. Winnipeg is a story. Kyle Connor. They got Patrick Alanek. They got Mark Scheifele. They got a lot of good players that you want to cheer for. Just because they're 12 doesn't mean they're like, I hate them. I'd say probably the ones that I hate the most are probably 23 to 31. Or the ones that I hate. The mushy middle is probably 22 to at least 7, I would say. And then 6 through 1 are like, I would constantly cheer for them in the playoffs if they played. Next is someone who made the playoffs, and I don't mind cheering for them in the playoffs, actually. Especially against Nashville. As you all know. They are and will be amazing this year. They picked up Taylor Hall in a trade at the trade deadline, near the trade deadline. They have a lot of prospects in their prospect pool. They got Kemper and Ronta as their goaltending tandem, which is probably I would say, best in the league. Sometimes. As a tandem. Doesn't mean they're the best goalies in the league. Next is Toronto. Great city of Toronto. It would be nice if they won a playoffs. Just to lose against Boston so many times, it's gotta be draining. I want them to beat Boston at least once in their last time. That's Toronto. Next is another Canada team, and the Calgary Flames. The Calgary Flames are another one that have a lot of my favorite players. Like Hanifin from Carolina. Lindholm from Carolina. And a lot of good Giordano. There's another one. Johnny Gaudreau is another one. Just a team you can't hate. Next is Columbus. Got rid of Panarin.